be in most decks. Like that's your 1-2 curve, and then you can pretty much figure it out from there, right?
There's a Stormcaller.
Crushing.
The deck already wins.
Yeah, Diamond. There you go. Straight away.
Look at that. 2 Kobold Hermits. Wow.
We're gonna be seeing a lot of Hans.
We're seeing Alec here on turn 5.
Yes, please. I want to see that.
Wanting Monster is really good. I like that card a lot. Kobold Monk.
Your favorite artwork in the game?
Best art in the set. It's so sick. The golden one is hype as well. I crafted them even though it's probably just unplayable.
It's actually crazy how many of these cards, like, if put into a vacuum, are standalone just good cards.
Just get sucked up.
Yeah.
Sucked up in the vacuum.
I think the Cobalt Monk, I've seen it being played and constructed by Wirer.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Which deck?
He just was tired of getting shot in the face by Void Form.
So he just thought he'd take 6 damage with the minion instead first, and then carry on getting shot in the face. By
Yeah.
Or if you play Lich King, you could go Kobold Monk, and then you give it the untargetable.
Wow.
So you're basically immune.
From spells.
Yeah, the what is the spell called? The 4-mana Lich King spell?
Anti-magic shell.
Anti-magic shell. Anti-magic monk.
Yeah.
That's a pretty broken combo.
That is actually.
You can still get hit by minions in the face, guys.
How does Priest beat you?
Like, back in the real world, Fae Takama have built this hunter, and they're playing like Diamoles. I presume they've got like a bunch of other early beasts as well. Oh well, I guess how many can you have? But then the point I'm getting to is that they have lone champion in there as well. Like, are they expecting their board to be empty?
Look how well they play around the secret. How do they know what it is?
I will say, though, this Cave Hydra is about to put in work.
Yeah.
I honestly thought Cave Hydra was going to see more play than it did. Because one thing with Cave Hydra is one thing I thought about Cave Hydra was that we've never seen that kind of effect on an early statted minion.
Right.
So, which made me think...
Minotaur Alpha, which is a 4-mana minion, but it was very poorly statted.
Yes, and this one is pretty... It's not the greatest stats, but it's a decent stat line. Which made me think that maybe the card was actually good for the reason that it also helps Hunter with some of the issues it had, which was dealing with wide board states.
Killing lots of fireflies.
Killing lots of fireflies. Yeah. So I thought Cave Hydra might be better than it.
There's a lot of stuff you can do with it, right?
Yeah.
It's like a good setup for Houndmaster. You can like buff it in other ways as well with Direwolf Alpha or Bestial Wrath if you're really fancy.
The problem is, though, that it costs 3, right? Like, literally every other hunter card in existence. So it's contesting a spot where you're playing Animal Companions, right. You might be playing Bear Shark, you're playing Eagle Horn Bow. Like, there's just so much stuff you want to be doing on turn 3 with Hunter.
Yeah, I agree. No, turn 3 is the very elusive. And it looks like the Kobold Monk meta is really shaping. Oh, that's a Rune Spear.
Well, nothing through turns 1 to 7 matter this game.
So Runespear is interesting because most of the time you don't get a bad outcome because it's the Discover, of course. So it's very rare that you've got no choice but to blow up your board or no choice but to buff up your opponent's minions. Usually you can find something that benefits you in the situation regardless.
I don't know. A lot of Shaman spells are pretty bad.
Like, Healing Rain is usually good.
Healing Rain's
Lightning
not bad,
Storm
but
is
then
good
there's stuff like Totemic Might, Primal Fusion.
But, like, that's worst case scenario, right? You swing the weapon, you get cards that help your opponent, and then the card that does nothing. And so in that case, you pick the card that does nothing.
Also, you get to choose when you attack. It's not just like a constant end of turn effect. So you can, like, wait for a board state where the majority of spells are actually going to do something for you.
I honestly don't think this card is horrible. Runespear.
I don't know either. I don't think it's like good enough to see play, but again, it's because I don't think Shaman is good enough to see play.
But if Shaman was good enough to see
then maybe. Just maybe.
No, it wouldn't.
Look at that, Zola the Gorgon.
I mean, you think...
Just like Corridor Creeper will never see play. It's a 7-mana 5/5.
Yeah.
Zola the Gorgon.
What do you think is the target for Zola the Gorgon?
Corridor Creeper. Ones? Trade. Corridor Creeper plays Zola the Gorgon.
Trade some more.
Trades. Got a nice 7-mana 5/5.
Fair enough.
I think Zola the Gorgon's target is more so the Kobold Hermits.
Okay.
For the reason that you have the Wind Caller. So you play the Kobold Hermit, you put it back in your hand, you play another one. No. Hopefully you have totems on the board already. I mean, Corridor Creeper is also a pretty good target because you can copy it, and I'm going to be shown up by Falcone here.
I mean, I just know the game better than you, Dr. J.
No, I completely understand. Yeah. That is That is a 0 mana 5/5.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Actually, a 7 mana 5/5.
No, it's a zero
No,
mana
it's a 0 mana
5/5.
5/5. I've done the math.
There are quite a few variables, though.
I've calculated the odds.
And they are favorable.
And they say face.
Since when do odds spell things? Do you even know what odds are?
No.
Okay.
I just hit my opponent in the face and hope it works
I was
out.
going to say, it explains a lot about your Hearthstone play.
I mean, it explains a lot why I do so well. Just hit him in the face and get there.
Oh, that's how you win DreamHacks. Right, yeah, I got you.
So I've won a lot of tournaments.
Yeah.
You know my favorite deck in the game's existence?
Go on.
Pirate Warrior.
Damn straight.
You know why?
It's a mighty fine gentleman's
Because it
deck.
hits him in the face.
Yeah, real hard.
For Honor Smoke, as
There
Pablo
is
would-
nothing more satisfying than equipping a weapon, and then seeing, you could see 7 minions on the board and say, you know what? I'm gonna go face and still win the game.
Specifically, you know what is actually the best feeling? Arcanite Reaper, Heroic Strike. Smack him in the face.
That's a good feeling.
It's so, oh.
You know what's also great is when you coin Arcanite Reaper into Greenskin,
Oof.
or you like play upgrades with the Arcanite Reaper.
Mhm.
It's just such a great feeling. How many of you in chat miss Pirate Warrior?
Meanwhile, Corridor Creeper just got eaten up by a cube, which also discounted the other Corridor Creeper in the hand. So I guess it is a 0 mana 5/5.
I told you the match checks out.
Yeah, we
It's
already
all
did,
about the creepers.
we already did the maths.
G2 are creeping their way towards victory this game.
Oh, that's unfortunate. They wanted the Vanguard to hit the Katharina Winter Wisp.
It
Yeah.
does mean Katarina loses her battle cry, though.
There's more 8-drops as well, though, in the deck.
Is there?
Yeah.
What are the other? Is it Violet Worm or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure. Sorry, I have to struggle to understand the cards that don't see too much competitive play. Oh, look at that monk army.
Oh,
Chilling.
wait, how close are we?
We're in the monk's dojo.
Now we're a few mana and a few totems off.
This is why we should have copied the Kobold. I'm just kidding.
Dude, that sounded like such a good idea when you came up with it. I was like, yeah, I'm down.
I mean, I
I'm
honestly
down.
think
Let's
that's
go.
partly the reason.
Right, yeah.
I mean, also Zola the Gorgon's just overall a pretty good card because there's so many good cards to copy. I mean, we're one card away from assembling the Exodia combo. The issue is our opponent can kill our totems.
Except, apart from doing infinite damage with infinite fireballs, you do one fireball's worth of damage.
It's not actually an Exodia combo.
with Alakir.
I think
Hey, we're working on a budget over here.
Okay.
Antonidas is laughing at you right now, Dr. J.
I think Antonidas
Aha.
is laughing because he's not as relevant anymore.
Wow.
I don't like that deck.
I don't either.
No, don't trade off the totem.
No, my
no.
precious totem.
It's a 5 mana 5/5. There's the Violet Worm.
Oh, I didn't realize that they tempoed out the 5 mana 5/5. I'm a little sad now. And they drew the worm.
Yeah,
And
that's
they
really
drew the
bad.
worm, yeah.
That's really bad for Fade to Karma.
They
So
could
they
be
get-
playing
yeah.
two, though, right?
They probably are playing too.
Yeah, they are playing too. They have to sacrifice this first, though, before playing the
Oh, that's
Katharina.
right. You know the decks, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I do know Fate to Karma's decks.
Oh, so do you think this is a favorable matchup?
I would know if I knew the Shaman deck.
Well, I'll give you a little hint.
Ooh.
It's
I think,
a
judging from this
totem
board
shaman.
state, I think Fate to Karma is a little bit favored here.
Nah, Rune Spear, baby. Let's go.
Rune
What
Spear,
exactly do you want from it, though?
I don't know.
Volcano is not
I
good enough to
don't
get
know.
the job done.
Devolve.
Sure.
There's no 3-drops, so no Doomsayer? Primal Talisman.
Primal Talisman.
That's what I'm talking about. You can play the Hermit and Hero Power and play the Primal Talisman.
That's
What did the cube eat earlier? Can we hover over that?
It was Corridor Creeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I definitely think we Rune
Oh,
Spear.
they're going
Hit him
for
in
a
the face.
miracle here.
Bloodlust lethal.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
Let's go. Bloodlust.
Oh, they get
They got
got
the
there.
Bloodlust Lethal. They kind of spoiled it because G2 looked very happy before we saw the options, but there you go.
What did I say? What did I say?
I
Turns
told
1
you.
to 7.
I hit them in the face and win games.
Turns 1 to 7, entirely irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
They had a
Until you
board,
get to 8.
Total. They had a
Rune
board
Spear.
to buff with the
Rune
Bloodlust.
Spear.
If they had no board, Runespear wasn't doing anything.
Why didn't I bring this deck to SeatStory?
But there you go. We've definitely taught you a thing or two about the Runespear.
Fun fact, that Shaman is now the joint highest win rate Shaman in the entire tournament.
Don't forget, guys, this is going to be best out of 5 Conquest. Not quite the same as the format for the regular tournament. And this is so that if we do get one team sweeping another team, we get to see more of the fun decks.
So,
I want to see more of that Shaman.
I mean, we can't. It's one.
We get to see
Let me
more
phrase
of
that.
the Awesome Hunter, though.
We've got a third quote for the launcher from Dr. J.
Wait, what?
Conquest sucks. I want to see more Shaman. Dr. J.
Stop getting quotes from me, Saddle.
These are some cards that I've never seen before, right? The
Well, they just came out, so I don't blame you.
the gravel is it Gravel Snout Knight, which is zombie chow. that summons a
Gravel
one-drop?
Snout.
Gravel Snout.
That can
Knight.
summon a gravel snout for your opponent.
It can. That's not good.
Gravel snout.
Could be anything. Even a gravel snout.
Okay, this warrior has to be like big warrior of some kind, right? It has to run Yip, and maybe Woe Cleaver, and no.
Probably. It's probably some kind of control-ish warrior. There was no way with the new expansion cards you could be aggressive in warrior. Unless you just literally didn't run the warrior cards. You just ran neutral minions.
Right.
Which doesn't really
You just
help the flavor
curve
of
Diamond
what
into
this
plated
is.
beetle every game and just kill people.
Let's go face. What if that was every one of G2's decks? Was just neutral minions that didn't play any of the class cards?
They just got that old like Firebat how to build an aggro curve spreadsheet and just did it with neutral minions and just played that.
Oh, this lone champion's pretty good.
Yeah. Better than a Tar Creeper here.
Okay, yeah, sure. I don't know, I like my Tar Creepers.
Yeah,
More situational than a Tar Creeper.
the Paladin deck from Fate to Karma is supposed to be an aggressive one, but
Oh.
unfortunately,
I wouldn't have guessed that if you.
Unfortunately, they didn't really. You couldn't guess it from the
Aggressive.
from the one drop.
There's a
But yeah.
5-mana 2/2.
This is not
Yeah,
what
2 mana,
they
1/1.
intended.
And a 6-mana 5/5.
Wait, what's the plural of lone champion? This doesn't make any sense.
Lone jump. Ah, I see the issue.
Ah, that was a nice play on words, Subtle. I get it. Because how would he be lone? There were 2 of them.
Thanks, Dr. J.
I hate you.
The 5-mana 2/2 is looking strong, though. As long as Fate to Karma can have 2 minions stick to the board, then.
It's a lot of armor.
Yeah, this.
Yo, you remember when you healed for 2 for every minion your opponent had, and that cost 5? And then people still played it?
This.
I'm drawing a blank.
These bladed gauntlets are going to go to town on those corridor creepers.
Dr.
What
Chase
card?
actually think-
I'm actually drawing a blank.
Okay, I'll leave you to think about that one.
No, please, please. This is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. What card is it?
So, Ekop, what are Fate to Karma going to do about this? They've drawn their horrible curve.
Well, on the plus side, Fate to Karma does have all the time in the world since the warrior cannot really pressure them. And they might actually still eke out a favorable board state down the line here.
No, I've got it. See the play. So you cube your jailer, and then you trade off your cube next turn. You get more jailers, then you trade those off. Your hand is full of Silverhand recruits, and then you draw Mountain Giant off the top
Oh!
illegally
I didn't see that play.
because it's not a Kobold's card.
Wait. You could have done that. You play 5 of them, and then you level them up.
I called the Woe Cleaver.
And then when they don't die, you level them up again.
12 attack weapon? Is this serious?
Trying to hit.
Just try glitching the game.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed when I found out that weapon couldn't go face. Someone started telling me the effect of that weapon. I was like, oh my god.
It can if you have a
What does
Mayor
that weapon do?
Knocking Fogger.
Ah, that's true.
Can it?
Can
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I thought Noggin Fogger targets still had to be legal.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's legal, just in the same way that not hitting a
it
taunt
just gets
is legal.
redirected.
Like, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it works through taunts, right? Not
Why are we not playing that deck?
Citation needed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Not talking about the summoner that's coming down now? Six's favorite card. Yeah,
He
what,
just-
what can it hit, actually? For example, gather your party, right?
Yeah, gather your
Gather
party.
your
that's it.
party.
You know, Zixo just took the headset
Or
off of me to
the-
take that, and now he's gone again.
Or the 7-mana golem
Yeah,
thing,
Zixo's
right?
just out of the building right now.
Mhm.
It's actually on a plane.
Drop the
on way
mic, left.
Yeah, the Spellstone is also a really good get.
out. That's
Those
true.
dry whiskers put in work.
They really did.
It's another kobold.
All right, let's take a look. Zixo's favorite card in action.
Can
Oh,
That's also a
Fine.
good one.
we see what it's? Can we see what that shield is? Since it
When it gets
shown?
drawn. When it gets drawn.
Oh man.
Okay, there aren't any discarded cards in G2.
I assume there's no gather
Also
your party in the deck. 'cause there's some
disqualified.
nice small minions in there as well.
That's true.
That is not a kobold minion. Disqualified.
What? Wait, which one's on?
We should be playing on a special server
Right.
without any of the other
Yeah.
sets in.
No, only China gets that. They only get the nice things.
To be fair, the Silverhand recruits also aren't Kobolds and Catacombs cards.
Both teams disqualified.
It's a big cube.
Why is that a 5-mana 8/8? What did I miss?
They got buffed by the
Valor-
weapon. Valor.
Oh yeah, Valinor, right. Valinor does some work.
Yeah.
So does Bladed Gauntlet.
Oof.
Now all the armor is gone.
So why did we do it first? I need a dude. With our cube.
Yeah, he wanted
Yeah.
the
Why
cube,
didn't we
that's
eat
battle value.
Why didn't we eat a dude?
I didn't really understand that either. I don't
It
know.
was just to have an immediately better board.
Yep.
Well, this is looking like a pretty one-sided series so far, as G2 are looking very strong now. That's
Hells
good,
no.
though. From Call to Arms, that one-mana minion's really strong.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But they're kind of dead.
They're a little bit dead, yeah.
Just a little bit. We can still go for that mountain giant out.
No, we can't, Dr. J.
With the jailer.
Since they're already disqualified.
Both Sleepy Dragons being drawn means Woe Cleaver will not go into the Sleepy Dragon. That's,
War Cleaver's lethal.
yep.
See, look, y'all are thinking about the implications of the card, and I'm thinking about what's the quickest way to kill my opponent. And that's what the Whoa Cleaver.
Do we see what it summons still? Yeah, we do.
Oh, the BM!
Ooh.
The BM gem-studded golem. Beautiful. I love it.
All right, G2 take a 2-0 lead against Fade Takama. How can
told you.
Fade Takama come back from this? Ekop, do they have the decks to come back from this?
Yes. They do.
They have to sweep Warlock, though. I told you. Warrior and Shaman were in a good position this format.
All right, real talk for a second, though. Like, Warlock is obviously insanely powerful in the Kobolds meta. But a huge reason for that is because of cards that aren't Kobolds cards, right? Like Defile, Hellfire, stuff like that. Is it still as nutty as it seems when you take all those cards out?
There's still the Possessed Lackey,
Possessed
the Dark
Lackey,
Pack, and the Void Lord, so
summons-
yes.
And the weapon.
Void Lord. Void Daddy. Void Daddy gets summoned.
Void
by Possessed
Daddy.
Lackey.
So we have a little debate going on between you two because for Dr. J, it's Void Daddy. For Sottle, it's Men in Trench Coats.
No, it's Void Walker Adult Man.
Void Walker.
Oh, it's Void
Adult Man.
Walker Adult Man. That's changed?
Raven
Okay.
Raven told me that, and I had to sit there and think about it for a minute until I realized, wait, that's a BoJack Horseman reference.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
And it's a really good one.
Yeah, it is.
I personally think that Void Lord's a seahorse.
But as you can see, when you see
Didn't Team Love You Lots
when
refer
you
to it
see
as
SeatStory
Voldemort?
decks, when you see SeatStory control Warlock decks, basically having half of their deck, more than half, from Kobolds and Catacombs, then you know this deck is going to be good.
Sure.
That is
And
true.
no, Corridor Creeper was Voldemort.
Yeah. That
Oh,
was, that was
yeah,
It
Void
was
sorry.
Lord.
like their secret tech that they discovered, so they couldn't talk about it.
You couldn't
Therefore,
say the name of it,
He was
yeah.
he who could not be named.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I get I see the line now.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, I definitely think Void Lord is a seahorse. That's why I call it Void Daddy.
Dog calls it Void Daddy as well.
Does he?
Yeah.
I feel like he stole that from me.
Okay.
But I can't. I don't know. I want
Well,
proof of that.
he has an audience of 10,000 people every day, and you don't have that. So I know who's going to get credit for it.
Yeah, I stole it from Dog. How long has he been calling it Void Daddy? Curious.
At least before I left for SeatStory, I was watching the
Okay.
stream and he was calling it that.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, there you go.
Or great minds steal before a dog said.
Big earthen ring Farseer there. There's like 2 new Earthen Ring Farseers in this set.
I really like the Shroom Brewer. I
what-
thought it was like a decent card.
Wait, what is it? Just restore to full health?
What does
Yes,
this card
okay.
do? No, restore 4
Restore
health.
4
Oh,
health.
full health.
It's a Earthen Ring, but for
But the
4.
Fungal Enchanter is also kind of like Earthen Ring, but heals 2 to everything.
I also thought a Fungal Enchanter might be decent,
Yeah, me too.
but I don't know. Oh,
Let's go!
I mean, Jackie Chan did say, I think he tweeted out as soon as that card was revealed, this is going to be my favorite card in the set. So it's no huge shock to see it here in the Mage deck.
Jackie also told us last night that he's not going to meme ever again. He's going
I
to
don't.
try hard next
I
year.
don't think he was at full capacity to make that decision last night.
Sure.
I'd like to ask him again if he still has that mentality.
I agree with you.
He does. I believe him. No more memes.
There's no dragon on the board.
Dragon Slayer. They could have slayed so many dragons.
Oh, at least one.
Oh.
Oh.
That was unfortunate.
We need to see like a twisting nether from a.
Instead of casting the game, what if we just every draw we went up? Oh. Doesn't it?
It works, yeah.
It's funny how that actually buffs all of those cards.
Yeah.
Like,
Yo, you guys want to hear the weirdest interaction in the game?
yeah.
So if the Darkness puts 3 candles in your deck,
Yeah.
and then you Grand Archivist one of the candles,
Yeah.
it pulls it, shows you the card, you draw a card as if the card's activated,
Yeah.
but the Darkness doesn't proc.
Great.
Oh.
So you can just kill the darkness with
Yeah.
that, essentially. That's cool.
Another weird interaction is if I know they fixed this. Like I know they implemented this with the most recent set, and it's if you have a card like Ambush into your deck, and you have a full hand, and you draw the Ambush card, it doesn't trigger.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
And I just realized that, and I was kind of upset.
I cried a little.
I did.
All right.
Beneath the Grounds was the reason I'm here today.
Bring it home, Spiteful Summoner. Yep.
Yeah.
Everything's,
just buffs all of these
everything's
cards.
coming up Scroll of Wonder.
Or did it buff it? Or did it nerf it?
Well, that's a good question. But if you're running cards like Ice Block, as Soto said earlier,
You can't.
huh?
Yeah.
Kobolds
Oh,
and Catacombs.
sorry, not in this specific show match, but I'm just saying if you're playing Scroll of Wonders and you're playing Ice Block, it maybe does make your deck a little bit more consistent.
Yeah, Mage can't play Ice Block in this format, but Rogue can.
Right.
Much to Pubble's surprise.
That was Cheat Death that surprised Pavel.
It was Rogue Secrets in general.
Ruining my jokes with facts. Foul.
Sorry.
Jeez.
But Fate to Karma aren't actually going to have a deck for that much longer, so
Nice ordering.
Jackie should probably hurry up and draw those scrolls.
Uh,
Oh no, that's
Oh, wait,
actually the
that's
deck of Wonder. He needs to hurry up and play them while he's still got time. He can play the Deck of Wonder and then Arcane Intellect to draw 2 cards.
wait. Oh, his
Shifting Scroll.
Yeah.
Sadly, Shifting Scroll can be pulled from cards like Dragon's Fury, and it just deals 0 damage to
Does
everything.
0.
I didn't think it could be pulled because the card doesn't have a mana cost.
Yeah.
But it is a spell.
But it is a spell.
It should deal infinite damage.
That would have been better for me when I was playing it.
Right. I mean,
It went wrong.
This is kind of a very existential question, but is the lack of a mana cost and 0 mana cost the same thing?
Is Ace high or is Ace low?
No, Ace is 1 or 11 if you're playing Blackjack.
Right.
I just love how we always like look at each other awkwardly after someone says something.
It's like you're
Just to
in love.
confirm they said that.
Yeah, we look at each other and go, oh.
Yeah. I'm very disappointed that Fate to Karma didn't play the Deck of Wonders last turn.
Me too. Same.
Yeah, I'm disappointed they made a correct play too.
You told me, Sotul, that you had a pretty funny experience against a mage that played Deck of Wonders immediately.
Ooh, do tell.
What happened there? Do you remember?
I don't. Do you?
Something with a sprint and a twisting nut, I thought.
Oh, yeah. I just obviously just got screwed in the harshest way possible the first time I encountered this card. It's just always going to be the case. Yeah, I think the first one cast like Sprint, and then that drew all the other ones, which cast Twisting Nether, Call of the Wild, and then something else ridiculous.
Did it fireball your own Sorcerer's Apprentice?
No, it didn't.
Okay.
No.
I had a pretty funny.
I don't put myself in situations where I lose the game to stuff like that.
I had a pretty funny game against a Miracle Rogue once. Where what's it called? Is it Tal'Dorei Strider? The card that
Faldorei
Oh,
Strider?
Faldorei Strider. Well, he played it, Shadow Stepped it, played it again, played the other one, Shadow Stepped that, and played it again. Played a bunch of Swashbucklers and played a bunch of Deck of Wonders somehow. And one turn, he drew 11 cards and like, it's Deck of Wonders, cast spell, draw another card. Deck of Wonders, cast spell. Like, he just kept going for one turn. It's pretty funny.
Looks like we got another board clear on our hands here with the Dragon's Fury, but after that Master O card, we'll just get a Void Lord and God knows what else.
Yeah.
How do you know it's going to get a Void Lord?
It's gonna get a Void Lord.
How do you know?
It's God of Wonders.
It could get a Kobold Monk.
You could get a Kobold.
We don't know that.
Are they running it in this deck?
We don't know that.
Have they paid enough attention to their deck building to guarantee the Void Lord?
Yes, they have.
Well, you can't say
Even
that.
a Dire Maul.
Well, we don't know yet. Yeah, we don't know.
Molten Reflection would just mean that it's even harder for a G2 to target the face with anything.
Or they could summon 2 4/10 taunts.
That's better.
There are 2 people.
This still does make it harder for a G2 to go face with anything.
Oh, they got Stubborn Gastropod. That's illegal. Ban them right now. Admin. They had to sacrifice the monk for the greater good.
No, Monk, why?
It's actually, that was one of the memes that came out with that card when it first got announced, is that you either get that or Doomsayer. Doomsayer you're not that mad about because it typically clears the board, but Stubborn Gastropod is bad for Fate to Karma.
Yeah. We went round the houses there, but we got there eventually.
I didn't think about it. Yeah. I really want to see these scrolls drawn. Oh,
well, unfortunately, they still haven't played the second Deck of Wonders yet.
I'm actually legitimately tilted that they didn't go second Deck of Wonders AI that turn. Like, come on.
I'm not.
They're actually trying to win now. Like, what's up with that?
There is punishment for your sins.
I mean, all those scrolls are going to get destroyed, which is very unfortunate.
Oh, this is the worst day ever.
It is.
Please don't do this, G2. I understand you're all great competitive players and understand the importance of winning Hearthstone games, but please let this happen.
What? Deck of Wonders?
Yes.
Nah, I'd rather see
I
some deck.
There you go. There you go.
Let's go.
That's good.
They hit the right target.
Nice.
Oh, wait, they can draw it.
We need more deck of memes. Let's go.
Oh my god. Does that work? Does it just cast it immediately if he draws it?
Does it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And free 4/4.
Yeah, sure.
It worked out.
This is Hearthstone casting at its absolute finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Enough of this Deck of Wonders. I want to see some decks destroyed now.
Yeah, no, I've had my fun now. Now you
No,
can...
you have more fun. There are literally 15. There were 15 of those scrolls shuffled in.
There are
We've seen
22 cards currently in Fate to Karma's
How many cards are in G2s?
8.
It's like 70 scrolls.
So F2K have one more turn.
NA maths.
I hope the scrolls go infinite. I would love to see a game where scroll casted scroll.
It's possible, right? Yeah.
And scroll casted scroll. And scroll casted scroll.
Or just never-ending game. Wow.
I'd love to see that.
Eventually you do run out of cards though.
Yeah. Wait, are G2 not playing the final seal? He's still got 5 mana left, so... I guess they are.
I'd be surprised if they don't. They really need to stop these scrolls from happening. The only way they lose is the scrolls.
Yep.
All right.
All right, please cast a scroll.
Oh, what?
And now
Oh.
Aziz Ansari is going to ruin everyone's fun. What is that card called? Because I can't just call it Aziz Ansari.
Azari.
Azara,
Sorry,
the Devourer.
Okay.
Or call it 10-10 guy.
10-10 man. Deck eater man.
If G2 eats the deck of Fade to Karma, I'm going to be severely disappointed.
Prepare for disappointment.
Yeah.
No, please, please, G2, please. You're already up 2-0. You beat them with Shaman and Warrior. Don't do them like this.
Have you ever seen Nyrea trying to have fun?
Yes.
At the Bahamas, yes.
Okay, yeah, you're right. No, yeah, you're right.
Boom.
No.
XD.
They could have even Marin the Fox
No.
for the Chalice. That would have given them so many scroll.
Yeah, can you imagine that? That would have just been it, right? That would have been the rest of the deck
Sano, we
draw.
could have lived in that world, but you wanted them to destroy the deck. I saw the signals you were sending to G2.
Yeah. I gave him the okay.
Disqualified.
Okay.
Take the shot.
Take the shot.
Take the shot.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't
take. And when you take a shot, it's always a 50-50.
Oh, they're being generous
Here
here.
you are, friend.
Oh my god.
That would have been all of the scrolls, right? That would have literally just been every scroll.
How does that work? If you chalice a scroll?
No.
We could have found out.
I wish you could fill your hand with fatigue.
Fill your hand with fatigue.
You just keep drawing cards of fatigue. G2, don't do this. Don't do this. They're just playing around the Hunter's Secret at this point. I don't want to lose to anything.
Wait, maybe the game bugs.
Let's go.
Okay, let's see how many fatigue. 1 fatigue.
Your hand with 3
Nice.
damage to yourself.
Doomsayer. That could be a potential out. Oh.
All right, well, G2 take the win at a very decisive 3-0 victory, but at least we got to see all 6 of the decks. Are you proud of the way F2K piloted the mech up?
No.
Oh.
Same.
They drew terribly.
I think the not playing the second deck of Wonders immediately was a pretty major misplay from F2K, honestly.